Question 22. We see the word proportion. We normally get pretty excited. So let's, purely because it's easy. So let's read this one. So A is proportional to t squared. Okay, I've never seen a question like this, but they're basically saying A is proportional to t squared and A is also proportional to r cubed. So let's write that down. So we know A is proportional to t squared and A is proportional to r cubed. Okay. Now it doesn't mention the word inversely, so when it means this, it's actually direct. So what we could say is A is directly proportional to t squared and A is directly proportional to t squared. But what this means is, yes, we've got k, but that just stands for a constant, and that's why we're using that k. But k, they're not going to be this. Oh, why did I do that? I just wrote the same thing twice. Sorry, k r cubed. But k is not going to be the same value in both of these. So, but k will be different, is what I'm going to write. K will be different in both. And what might be a good idea is if we write this one in capitals and this one in lowercase like normal. It's just going to help us not get mixed up. Okay. Now these are both equal to A. So what we could do is rewrite them equal to each other because they're both equal to the same thing, so we can safely do that. Okie dokie. Right, let's look ahead a little bit. So we've got to find r when t is 365. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange this to find t squared. Okay, so t squared, to get rid of this times by k, I'm going to divide by k. So what I'd actually have is that. Now, normally we just have a value here in front of the r cubed. So I'm going to say that is the same as this. K over big K, capital K, r cubed. Okay, so we've got to use this information. So we know it's proportional when we have this. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I think it's going to be a bit easier to do. So 365, sorry, what am I doing? Read the wrong bit. So 47 squared is equal to k over k, which is, remember, just our constant, of r cubed, which is 0.25 cubed. Okay, so that's 2209 is k over k, and that's a quarter, so I know that is that, because 4 cubed, 1/4 to the power of 3 is 1 over 64. But you have your calculator to do that. Okay, so we need to get rid of this. Let's find our constant values. So to get rid of a division of 64, because this 1, let me write it like this. That would be k, wouldn't it? And 64, big K. So to get rid of this dividing by 64, we're timesing by 64. Now, I need to just grab my calculator to work this out. So 2209 times 64. Okay. So I get 141,376, and that is our k over big K. So that's our actual constant. Okay. So normally when we do these, we would then rewrite. So I'm going to use this formula, but rewrite. So t squared is equal to 141,376 r cubed. So now let's finish off. So find r when t is 365. Okay, so 365 squared is going to be equal to that. Now I'm going to pop it around the other side because of the space I've got on the left here. So that's going to be 365 squared divided by 141,376. Okay, let's type this in. 365 squared, and divide that by 141,376. Eek. So r cubed is 0.9423, and it goes on and on and on. And it does say 3 significant figures, so even though I'm a bit worried at this point I've done this right, let's go with it. I can't see why I've made a mistake, so I'll check the mark scheme in a minute before I finish this video. So if we cube root that to 3 significant figures, I get 0.980. So 3 sig figs. Okay, I'm just going to check the mark scheme really quickly. Okay, good news, that is right. I didn't think I made a mistake. It's just when you get these horrible numbers, you do start to doubt yourself a little bit. But there it goes. That's it. I suppose what I could have done is just pop this value in. No, actually, that's a waste of time. Just keeping faith there. But you could have popped it in and checked it with this proportion equations at the start. It's a pretty tough question. The hardest I've ever seen on proportion. So watch it as many times as you need to get your head around it. But you might find it difficult to replicate those questions because they don't come up very often.